Welcome to Teen Pop Culture Rewind. I'm your host, Aaliyah Brumfield, and this is the podcast where we take a nostalgic trip down memory lane to revisit the iconic Disney Channel movies that shaped our adolescence. Join me as we explore the influence of these films on today's teen media landscape and get ready to reminisce, analyze, and uncover the magic behind the movies that defined a generation.
My name is Amaya, and I am 19 years old. Now that I am an adult, rewatching Disney Channel movies has definitely changed my perspective in a way because I can relate more now. As a child, when I would watch Disney Channel movies, I would watch them for fun and never really paid attention to the themes or messages that were present, or I wouldn't really understand them. Now that I have grown up and experienced things in life, I can understand the movies more because I can relate now. For example, the movie High School Musical 3, senior year, I loved it so much when I was a kid and just thought it was such a fun movie, and it always made me so excited to grow up. But when I rewatched it years later as an adult, it made me very emotional as I could relate to everything that was happening in the movie. The pressure to figure out what I wanted to do with my life, the stress of applying to colleges, the sadness of leaving behind your high school friends and everyone going their separate ways, and the sadness of your childhood ending and entering adulthood. Everything the characters were feeling in the movie I could relate to because I have now experienced it, and it makes me look at the movie differently because I can see the depth behind the storytelling now.
My name is Jada, and I am 17 years old. I think Disney Channel movies hold a special place in pop culture because we were watching them from extremely young and impressionable ages. Like, we looked up to the roles these actors and actresses played, so I feel as if it's only natural that we picked up on things such as the way they talk, their fashion, and some of our now goals and dreams and stuff like that. I feel like you can even see its influence in some of our core belief systems that may have been developed from lessons that we were taught in these movies. And of course, we would take these things with us as we age.
I'm Khalil Frazier and I'm 22 years old. Even though I'm a boy, I thought the Cheetah Girls um, influenced my fashion style because a lot of them on there were able to like express themselves through express like their personalities through their fashion and wear it with confidence, and all their like clothing was just just out of the box and different. And I kind of feel like that influenced my fashion today because I try to just be out of the box and not dress like everyone else, and just be myself and express you know my personality.
Jalen, 21. Disney Channel movies have influenced my perception on family and friends a lot throughout my childhood. Friendship wise, it has introduced my false perception of how friendships are supposed to be due to many movies being linear or just demonstrating one perspective. Movies like Cheetah Girls and High School Musical depict this fun group of communities of friends who may have hiccups along the way, but in the end, they will always be friends, which could be a reality for some, but that isn't always the case, unfortunately. There was rarely any perspective of a friend group who did not make it out of that hiccup and how to deal with those wounds. Family-wise, it influenced me to be grateful for the family I had, and most Disney movies such as Jump In or Let It Shine, the families are depicted as unsupportive in their passions or not very present at all. It gave me a new perspective on different types of family dynamics and taught me that everyone's household was different in the end of the day.
Hey, my name is Jaya and I'm 22 years old. I think Disney Channel movies impacted my creativity and imagination by always creating these out of this world scenarios, fantasies, things that just don't happen in your typical day to day life, and literally broadcasting it on a TV show on TV for us to experience that without actually experiencing it. And I feel like as we get older and we start to make our own money, and there's so many ways to make so much money now, we're trying to make those fantasies and those imaginations, our childhood, we're trying to make it become like a reality, just so I feel like we're heavily inspired when it comes to that.
Hi, my name is Malik Frazier and I'm 22 years old. I would say Disney's legacy into modern days film industry, and let's just say for like the kids and teens of this generation, I would say it's a great source. There's many uh, different types of ethnicities, religions, races, perspectives that Disney has explored over the years that uh, allows everyone, or many people, to be able to relate in some way. There is still much more for them to much more representation for them to have in their films and everything, and more proper representation. I'd say to replace some of the older films, but with this generation, the newer generations and Gen Z, we have, I'd say, taking a great stride towards being more open with ourselves and being more just acceptive of everybody else in the world. And so, as time goes along, I'm sure Disney will adapt those traits as well, and different gender norms and expressions into their films as well, so that others like them can relate as well.
Hi, my name is Ashley and I'm 25. If we're talking about like the Disney Channel movies that I grew up with, yeah, I think that they contribute to positive values and morals. I say that because usually when you watch like those old Disney movies, there's a big importance placed on family and friends, and yeah, I think that that's a positive value to have in your films.
Hi, my name is Shamar. Disney Channel movies affected my creativity and imagination by exploring the many different genres of media through animation and live acting. They gave me insight into different takes of fantasy elements, giving popularity to different ways of being active with your friends, giving life to how fun it could be to use your imagination, and more. Watching these movies while still being very impressionable made it so that spark of creativity we had as children could grow instead of dying to the reality of growing up.
So, today during this episode, we were actually able to understand and probably relate to a lot, such as the big influence Disney Channel played on teens as they were growing up, and the reflection it offers us now as adults. It's kind of crazy how these movies continue to resonate with us, offering us insight into our past selves while also shaping the way we navigate the present. And until next time, stay curious, stay nostalgic, and keep exploring the ever-evolving world of teen pop culture.